So these are the few parts that I just finished painting Mr. MetalColor from Gunzo, Mr. Hobby actually, which of course you need to, when you apply it, it goes on a little bit like foamy, as you can see there. This has been, I just finished it like about maybe 10-15 minutes ago, and before I began watching a little bit, looking up some details on how to use this. Specifically, one person who did a good modeling, a good review of this, and that has to be Meccano Man, who did a video on how to use the Mr. MetalColors. So quite frankly, what you do is once you apply it, get a rag. I have a little broken t-shirt here. I begin to buff the parts. Until I see the effect that I like. Whoops. There we go. Check that out. It has a nice matted chrome finish to it. Yeah, I know. I mean, many people tend to use alclad paint, but this one is actually pretty nice. The one thing, of course, that I was reading or listening to Meccano's video is, of course, once you're done applying this, you may want to seal it so that way you can, you don't lose the effect. That, and the fact, you don't want to touch it with your fingers because you can accidentally, put a fingerprint on it. And that's all she wrote. There we go. So that takes care of that. I have the front part here, so here it is all, nice and matty and gloomy. But once I begin using this, there it is. Look at that. It's nice and shiny. It's a good look. I like it. The one thing about metal, you have two different types. You have the really shiny one, but then you have the shiny one with a dull look to it. And that gives it that worn effect. Something you cannot produce with alclad paints. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I have no idea. There's a little grain thing there. I'm gonna have to use it. Damn! I wish I had some Q-tips, but I'll get that later on. But yeah, going back to that, this is not bad for a gritty look to it. Give it a little bit of a worn effect. Let's try this last one here. Whoops. I touched it. I feel like I'm shining a shoe. There we go. Alright, I'm going to give it a once I'm done cleaning up buffing all this, I'm going to give it a flat coat, and then we'll call it a day. So yeah, this is a cool product here. Can't wait to try it for other times. Again, I may have to give out a shout out here, not only to Meccano Man, but who got me into this happens to be a girl named Ashley, who frequently goes to Gundam Planet, and she was explaining this to me on her build And I said, oh really, I didn't realize that. And then she showed it on her Facebook page, and I started to get a little interested in this. Alright, I have to try this out. Thanks for the recommendation, Ashley. Thanks for the video, my kind of man. Let's let me continue cleaning this up. This is going to be a little tough to do. Let me remove this part. Let's continue to clean it up, and then we'll move on. And here it is, the SD Sananju, now fully painted white with black trim, actually more gunmetal trim, and instead of using gold, which I did mention before, I decided to use silver. It seems a lot more appropriate than putting gold on this. But and of course, as you see, I panel-lined it, except for certain areas that I didn't do. So you have to forgive me on that. Doing this part here was interesting because instead of me doing a reverse wash, what I did was I spray painted this, the portions of the arms here, and then the knees down here. I spray painted the chrome from Alclad 2, and I was planning on doing something stupid. I was going to put cut these into little strips and then apply it to every part of this so I can paint it the black color and then peel it off. And then I said, you know what, why not just use regular markers? I had the Real Touch markers, and I had the new one that I purchased from Gundam Planet, so I applied it and it came out pretty well. This one should have been a little darker here, but regardless of the effect is okay. And since I was going to use them to line art, apply the panel lining on each of these parts, I think it was more appropriate. Of course, when you apply it, for the mistakes, using a regular tissue was not going to work, and I wasn't going to use a thinner. Instead, I actually had to do some research, and I used lighter fluid on little tissue paper or Q-tips, and began wiping off the mistakes, and it came out pretty well. Of course, it would have been a good idea if I gloss coated this kit, which I did not do. That was more my mistake, because then that would have easily protected the finish. But regardless, it came out okay. Came out pretty good. As you can see, this one comes with the beam Saber attachment, which of course can be replaced with the this, which you can put here, or put them in both hands if you wish, because it does come with two. And then you do have the attachment to make the dual wielding like this. Cool effect, but I'm not going to use that. Whoops. Here's the bazooka part, which of course, if you pull this out all the way and use this here, you have the bazooka that you can put onto this kit like that, or maybe put it on here. There we go. So now you get the dual wielding effect. I'm not digging. Maybe this is probably. I don't know why I'm not liking this, how it stands, because it doesn't have a forward weight. You have the two wings in the back, which makes the kit fall backwards all the time. So you could use your fuel tanks to hold up the kit, but it doesn't go all the way back. Oh, and by the way, I dropped this kit and broke something, so you're probably going to see some of this in the photographs and the pictures that I'll post on Facebook soon. But yeah, I'm not digging how it's, that's how it looks like when it stands up. You may want to, just so you guys know, since this is my first Sananju build, SD build. Now, of course, the effect for this one, which is based off the episode 5 or 6, actually 5 and 6. I'll take this, pull this down. There goes my phone. Put this attachment there. Put this here. And there you go. Now you have the cool little weapon effect that was used in that episode, where he fired the bazooka again to General Rebel's battleship. So this came out pretty good. But we're not done yet. Oh no! It's time for us to do the bigger kit, the much larger kit, the one that you guys all been waiting for. And you guys gonna have to forgive me. It took a long time to build this kit, not because it takes a long time to build. Get out. It's just that it took, you know, I was doing other things at the same time, and I was trying to get other kits finished. And I'll talk about that in another segment, in another video. So then, we have our stand here. We put our guy here. And this, of course, oh, that's right, I forgot. You gotta remove the fuel tanks. Get out, get out, get out. Now we put this in here. There we go. There we go. Now we need the chest piece. Go like that. Okay. Let me adjust the camera a bit so you guys can see this better. There we go. Now then, slide that in there. Put this in the hole, then put the notch here, like so. Do the same thing here. Find the connection. Put that in there like that. I don't know what fell off. Oh, the hand. I mean the arm. Actually, I just want to get it in there before I forget. There we go. And there you have it. And I may have to go readjust it again. There we go. Then you have the shield that goes back here. And that completes the SD Neo Weong. Of course, we would need to put the arms, or the reverse arms, which of course can be stored. You know, you can store them, the hands inside, which isn't. It's a cool feature. All you need to do is slide them in there for storage. I gotta review them again. I just saw it online. I'm on the magazine and the manual, but I forgot to do them. But I'm gonna actually put this on because it looks cool the way it is. So let's flip this out. So that goes there. That goes here. That goes there. That goes there. And this came off, so now we'll put them on again. Actually, it's the other way around. There we go. So there it is. It's all 5 weaponry firing. That's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. The last thing would be, of course, putting on the circle thing, which, of course, I guess I got to remove the arms to put this on, which How do I do this? Like that? I think it's like that. Oh yeah, like that, because there's a connector here, and then I have to remove the arms back there. But I'm going to leave the arms there for now. And then of course you have this part, this halo, which you will need to remove this part. Put that here. So that way they all think the Senanjo is an angel. Or it died and was resurrected like Goku. Alright, I'm probably going to get criticized as, no, that's not the right way to do it. I mean, I have the manual here, I'm looking at it, and of course I do see that you have to remove the arms, and then you have to put that there, and put this here, and who cares? I like it the way it is for now. It is not the best job I've done. My pre-shading was not up to par. My level of panel lining is a little light in one area, a little dark in others, so to speak. But regardless, came out okay. I kind of like it. I like it how it is. I think it's a decent work. Not the best work, but don't worry. This is not going to go to Comic-Con. Of course, who knows? Somebody at Comic-Con may decide to bring their SD version of the Neo Zeong. Of course, it'd be funny and crazy if somebody built the high-grade version and decided to bring it to Comic-Con as an entry, and that would be that would be something. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. Regardless, I have now completed building the SD Neo Zeong. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, comment on it. I take all criticisms whatsoever. It's a cool kit to get. I would highly recommend it for those of you who are fans of Unicorn Gundam Episode 7, fans of a mobile armor, fans of an SD kit, and just a fan, regardless. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys all take care.